Good morning, crypto degens. How you doing this fine morning? I'm doing great. Good to see you. So I saw this post in X and it said, stablecoins are the real crypto killer app, not Bitcoin, right here from Altcoin Buzz. And basically that's true. That's right. Because Bitcoin is created for people to use as money, but it's not being used as money. Bitcoin is being used to hoard like digital gold. So in that sense, stablecoins defeated Bitcoin. But people always say you can't make money in stablecoins, but that's not true. You can't make money hoarding the stablecoin, but you can make money with stablecoins. Now, Ethereum, BNB, Sol, Tron, Polygon, what do these blockchains have in common? These are the blockchains with the most stablecoin activity. So, you know all blockchains, they charge fees, right? Right, they charge fees. Anything that happens on the blockchain, they charge fees and they make money. And this makes the blockchain more valuable. So if you want to make money with stable coins, just buy these blockchains. Buy the blockchains with the most stable coins, the most stablecoin activity, because this is growing very fast. And basically these blockchains, these are the top blockchains, and they're kind of just taking over with everything, you know, with tokenization, with stable coins, pretty much all the narratives, you know, also AI agents, you know, it's not just, you don't just buy a coin for a specific niche and that coin's going to do well. No, these big coins, they're doing well in all areas. So basically Bitcoin's original vision was, it was designed as a peer-to-peer electronic cash network. So it was supposed to be cheap, fast, censorship resistant payments, right? So what actually happened, as we all know, it pretty much developed or evolved into like digital gold. So it's not as fast as the newer blockchains. It's very volatile. I mean, you can't hold Bitcoin like you can hold dollars, like you can hold stable coins, because stable coins represent real dollars, right? It's not crazy. Bitcoin is very volatile. It's like the least volatile, but it's still very volatile. So you can't just hold it to make payments, right? You're never going to know when to spend it. You're going to want to spend it when it's high. And people just don't do it. They just don't use it in everyday payments. So stablecoins kind of fill the gap here. Since they represent dollars, it's one-to-one for all dollars. You have price stability. They're very fast because the newer blockchains are very fast. And it just works great for making payments and settlements. So basically, Bitcoin was optimized for a store of value in the end. Low usage. People don't, move their Bitcoin around much. They're just hoarding it. And stablecoins are optimized for a medium of exchange. So basically, stablecoins beat Bitcoin in that sense. Now, stablecoins are processing roughly 9 trillion in the first half of last year alone. This year, I'm sure it's much more. I just saw a report. I don't have it here. But the report was that they were actually processing more payments on chain than there were bank transfers, like in normal bank transactions. ACH it's called. Not sure what it means, but it's something. It means something. ACH is the wording. So annualized, we're already in the multi-trillion-dollar range for these payments, for these stablecoin payments. And that's really kind of crazy. That's really crazy because most people don't use crypto. Most people don't use crypto, and we're already in this like multi-trillion-dollar range. So basically, stablecoins are being used for payments and remittances. Cross-border flows reached 1.4 trillion. I haven't actually used it for that, but it'd be very useful actually. In regions like Latin America, 71% of stablecoin usage for payments. So countries that do not have a stable currency can now use the dollar. They can use the dollar with stable coins, and they can trade and they can buy things in a currency that is not their own, and any country could do this. So yeah, like what I just said, basically they're using it as a synthetic dollar because their currencies are weak. Then they have trading infrastructure, acts as a base currency for crypto markets. So anytime you want to do things, you can just buy anything in the crypto market with the stable coins, as opposed to a particular crypto or particular blockchain. And then it has it's great for DeFi settlement, lending, automated market makers, derivatives. They all settle in stable coins. So they're not just a crypto native tool, they're becoming a global like a global shadow dollar system. Now you understand Trump isn't just pro-crypto because his family has gotten into crypto. This is very good for the dollar. Very, very, very good for the dollar. Because if everyone starts using the dollar stable coins, that's good for the dollar. And that's good for America. And that's good to keep that advantage that the U.S. has, that the dollar is a reserve currency, which has propped up the cost of living, the standard of living for Americans many years. So, I mean, I should know because I grew up there and I enjoyed this good standard of living, although I think it's gotten much worse. It seems to have gotten much worse since I visited in recent years. Okay, so just to round this out, we have Ethereum is at number 1, 65 to 70% of all stablecoin supply. That's insane. 1.2 trillion transaction volume. That was 2024, 2025. So it's going to be a lot more now. It's high value settlement layer for DeFi institutions. It captures high fees, $15 to $30 during congestion. Yeah, but Ethereum is very slow, and that's why they charge so much. They charge so much because they're slow and expensive, but it's getting cheaper. And then we have Tron. Now Tron, I've never been a fan of Tron, and Tron isn't like a blockchain where people build a lot of stuff on, but Tron is killing it in the stablecoins, you know. So Ethereum, we got number 2 at market cap here. And then we got Tron here at number 8. Now Tron is here because of stablecoins and because of transfers. Like I use the Tron network, not so much now, but I used to use a lot just to transfer different coins, different tokens, and it was cheaper. It was like $1. It was always like $1 or something. But Tron is huge in stablecoins. So Ethereum and Tron together make up a big percentage of the stablecoin market. And they have near zero fees because anything other than Ethereum is much cheaper than Ethereum. They have 3.3 trillion in transaction volume. So that's insane. So it's the dominant chain for payment and remittances. Remittances, that's hard to say. And they have a massive user base of daily users doing this. So that's Tron for you. And then more chains. You've got Solana, of course, is up there. 13 billion stablecoins. I don't think this is up to date. This information is not totally up to date. Then you have BNB chain, also 13 billion. Then Polygon. Polygon is doing great. So we got BNB number 5, Solana number 7, Tron is number 8, Ethereum number 2. So these are top 10 except for Polygon. Now look where Polygon is. Polygon's way down here. It was 60 something, it's down to 73, and it was down to 90. So Polygon is very cheap, and Polygon is getting a lot of tokenization, a lot of other great things. So Polygon is very, very cheap in terms of the real value that it can bring. It's not even $1 billion market cap. Polygon is insanely cheap. I'm going to buy some more. So, and then we have like Arbitrum and Base and other layer 2s also getting stablecoin use. So if you really want to profit from stable coins, obviously you can't buy it because it's not going to go up in price. You can't buy the stable coin. You just use it as cash. But buy these. This is not financial advice. Do your own research. But you could buy these chains to profit from all the stablecoin activity that is growing very fast. Especially, you know, like Polygon is very cheap compared to the other ones. Solana and BNB also pretty decent buys. Ethereum's, you know, it's not as low, but well, yeah, BNB and Ethereum are not as low. They're not as far down as other ones are, but yeah. So there you go. That's it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a great evening. Enjoy your life. Be happy, and I will see you tomorrow.